Hey everyone, Garbage here. It's nice when the game you've been working on starts looking like an actual game. There's still a lot left to do, but here are some of the things I managed to get done this week. The main thing I worked on is weapon recoil. Now, there's a bunch of ways you can do recoil in first-person shooters. There's CSGO style spray patterns, there's random spread, but I much prefer games where the bullet hits where the crosshair is pointed. Of course, it would be silly to make every single gun a laser beam, and so in order to make things a bit more challenging, you gotta add some recoil by shaking the camera around. In first-person shooters, horizontal recoil is accomplished by rotating your entire body side to side, while vertical recoil is accomplished by tilting just your head or your upper body. And when you combine the vertical and horizontal together, you get a recoil pattern which can be adjusted to be more or less intense depending on the weapon you're using. Another thing that I'm experimenting with is making things like ammo counters part of the weapon itself rather than as a graphic on a HUD. This is just a prototype, it's more a proof of concept than anything, and I can either choose to develop it further or get rid of it completely if I don't think it fits with the theme of the game. And that's going to happen a lot. You'll see things I'm working on in my videos that end up either getting removed or looking completely different in the finished game. That's just how game development goes. One thing that I'm pretty sure will stay in the game, however, is this bolt action rifle, which is inspired by the design of the Carcano M1891, but changed up in various ways so that it's not a one-to-one copy. And I think that's the approach I want to take with the weaponry in my game. I want them to be inspired by real life weapons, but with my own personal flair added to them because it gives me more flexibility in a lot of different ways. Now, one of the problems I've been facing is when inside the buildings in my game, you'll see a lot of light leaking in through the corners. This is actually a fairly common thing in video games if you look for it. I don't know exactly why it happens, but I know it's something to do with game engines calculating lighting in chunks rather than on a photon by photon basis. And so the fix for this is to either just bake the lighting into the scene using something like a GI probe, or make the walls thicker to better accommodate the size of the chunks, which isn't a big deal, but it will require me to redo a lot of the models I made for the buildings. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be streaming on my Twitch channel probably later today. Link to that down below. Like, subscribe, and bell. And as always, have a nice day.